Hey, 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 we're back, we're black, we're brown ambition. Hey, Mandra, how you be?
I'm good. I'm good. You hear the beautiful sounds of a daycare being closed for 3 days. I hope that whatever paint they are painting and whatever training those teachers are getting, I hope that it is worth it for this. Yeah, homeboy's home for 3 days in a row. And because,
Okay.
I'm a work from home business mom, that means I'm also a stay at home business mom at the
Mm.
same time. And everything is fair and equitable and feminism. Yay! But we did have some really exciting news, which will be great to focus my brain on, which is
Mhm.
there's the camp of people who are mad about this, and there's the camp of
Mhm.
people who are just thrilled about it. I choose to be
Wait, can I
happy.
make it a church announcement first?
A church announcement?
Mhm.
Yes,
Also,
okay.
right. So I want to make a church announcement first to say thank you guys for all your support for Get Smart with Money. So it comes out September 6th. I'm gonna have a screening. Hopefully, Mandra, you're able to come. I know with all the baby and such, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be at NJ Pack in Newark on September 6th, which is a Tuesday from 6 to 9:30. It's free, popcorn and stuff is on me. But even if you don't live in like the Newark, New Jersey area, we'll have digital tickets that will also be free. And so just look out for that. This is going to be airing on Wednesday. The tickets are going to drop on Thursday. Unlimited digital tickets, but 300 physical in-person tickets. Like I said, it's free to watch my new documentary alongside me and all of our amazing folks that who listen to this podcast and who are dream catchers and dream builders and mentees and such. So if you want to watch the trailer, head on over to
Snaps.
Netflix at Get Good with Money. Make sure you click the add or like this or something. It's like a button that you can add it to your list or whatever. So make sure you go to Netflix, type in Get Smart. I'm sorry, Get Good with Money is my book. Type in Get Smart with Money. Watch the trailer, yes, but click the little add to list button there. That helps with the metrics and the numbers. So I'm so excited. That's why I'm so tired because there's so many things happening. But yes, that's happening. And I just wanted to let that church announcement before we go because I have a different brown boost. So I did that brown boost last week, so I wanted to have it as a church announcement in the beginning.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
haven't been to
preach,
church in a
preacher.
minute,
Go
so I don't know what
ahead.
that is. No, that's okay. Congrats. That's exciting. You're gonna actually
Yeah,
do
I'm
a
excited.
party. Is there an after party where are we
Yeah, so
hanging after
there's
the
like a
show?
cute restaurant slash bar at NJ Pack is just it's called New Jersey Performing Arts Center. So some of your faves have performed there, like the Beyonce, I mean like Destiny Child, I guess, and Lauren Hill. It's just a huge, place where if there's going to be a concert in Newark, that's where it is. I will not be in that huge, like their biggest theater. I'm in something called the Chase Room. But still it's super nice. It seats like 300 or whatever. Yeah, like I said, it's
Sweet.
free. NJ Pack, September 6th, but I will drop the link on my socials on Thursday. So go ahead and get you a free digital ticket, or if you're in town or close by, a free in person ticket. And then we can, I can pretend like I like the fact that you want to hug me.
Well, you recently had COVID, so you have your inoculation.
Yeah.
Small blessings. Small blessings. Oh, speaking of church, we're finally getting my heathen child baptized. So shout out to
Okay.
God.
Let's do that. Shout out to God or whatever. I love
Yeah.
it. Man,
Just
it's like
keeping it.
just in case. I don't want to be the reason that you're damned to hell, damned to hellfire and damnation
What
or
is it?
whatever. I
Damnation
know.
and brimstone and all that kind of stuff.
You're like,
No, I
yeah.
mean, I don't want to, of course, I whatever faith you believe in, I believe in that with
Mhm.
you, and I'm here for it. But yeah, my husband's family is on the Catholic side, and the fact that he was a pandemic baby stopped being a viable excuse. I don't know. I mean, technically, he's still not vaccinated all the way, so I feel like it's still a valid excuse. But yeah, so we are finally getting it together. He's 2, so it's been a minute, and yeah, it was funny because we went to this local church here, and they have just been inundated by people who have moved to
Mm.
the suburbs from the city, And they're like, wow, we're very popular all of a sudden, like all these people from the city coming up and I guess having like the pandemic baby boom now
Yes.
getting baptized. But yeah, so I'm going to take a little, I don't have to technically take a class. My husband was like,
Okay.
you better get ready. We may have to have a church wedding. Like you may have to go to school. And I'm just like, fine, whatever it'll take for my mother-in-law to just be happy. But yeah, I'm gonna go to the little class for godparents just to because I just want to be able to know exactly what's going on. But
Okay.
that's gonna be a little family affair at some point in September. So I don't
Okay.
know. I was asking, and low key, I was asking the priest. I was like, so do you have like a water gun you're gonna chase him with? Because I do not see Rio, being cradled and blessed with holy water in peace.
Yeah,
But
I
it'll
actually, when
be
I was baptized, I want to say I was old. I like walked on stage. I think I was like in kindergarten or something. So I was like
okay.
4 or 5. So I remember because I remember I loved my dress. I was like, get into it. But
Oh God, that's
I
right. I have to
wasn't
give him an
dunked.
outfit. You
Yeah,
weren't dunked. It wasn't
like
like one of the pool ones.
no, I just remember. I think vaguely maybe he put water on my head or something like that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I was like, I'm on stage in front of everybody. Hey, y'all, you see me up here in my dress, slaying. But yeah, I was a big girl. I was literally walked on stage, was like, hey, don't hold my hand, I got it.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
I feel better
so
then.
he's not like super old because I was just like, I don't know
I
why
know
my
you.
parents waited so long,
Yeah, you can get
but
baptized at any age, but it's just like, but it's funny because my mom bought him like a little baptism suit when he was a baby. She got way too excited.
oh.
And yeah, there's no way he's fitting into that. And I
First
don't
of all, Rio probably couldn't fit into that when he was a baby. He was tall. He was born tall.
probably. What am I just gonna like spend a ridiculous amount of money on a white suit for him? Like that seems silly. I don't know what's going on. Hey, if you're listening and you've had a toddler baptized, what did you dress them in? So that I don't look a fool out there. All right, this concludes our church announcements.
Yeah. I
Amen.
like that. I'm gonna call that at the beginning, like church announcement. Amen. Okay.
Amen. Well, can we get into student debt relief for a minute?
Indeed, we can. Yes, we
Because the
can.
people, the girls, the guys, the human beings, y'all, this debt relief plan, I was saying, like, there's either the camp that is like pissed and mad. It's like either not enough or we shouldn't have the debt canceled at all. But I choose happiness. I choose optimism, and I
Yes.
choose to be happy for people who are getting.
I choose you.
I just listen. I'm one of those people. You are too, Tiff. Like our student loans have been paid off, right?
Yeah. And
So
I'm not
like,
mad.
I feel happy for y'all. Like I feel like if your loans were paid off, you were capable of paying them off. Like you made it happen. So it's not like I'm not going to sit here and calculate, well, what if I had put that $8,793 in the stock market, instead of paying it off, what would I have now? Like, I don't know. I just choose to be happy for people. So,
Yeah.
what should we cover? Should we just go through like a quick roundup of what exactly it all entails?
Yes, we can.
So starting with the amounts, we got $10,000. If you have regular federal student loans, you're eligible for up to $10,000. And the up to is important because, they love their fine print.
Girl. Can we just for a second, can we pause to say, this is why we be telling the girls, like, if possible, if you have a choice between private and federal, girl, we be telling you to go the federal route. Because
Yes.
first of all, you didn't have to pay for basically 3 years. It's gonna be 3 full years that you didn't have to pay.
Yep.
And then this forgiveness component. And sometimes you don't have a choice. So obviously, the private, right? But to jump right into private, we don't suggest. But this is one of the reasons why I just wanted to now when, later, for those of you who might be just going to college or whatever, like, and you're making these considerations, you're like, oh, the federal student loans over private student loans, unless you don't have a choice.
Yes, absolutely. So starting with the amounts, $10,000 or $20,000. Which one of those depends on what type of loans you have. So if you have regular federal loans, and you get eligible for up to $10,000. And then if you are a Pell Grant recipient, which most households who qualify or families who qualify for Pell Grants tend to be on the lower income side. So if you're a Pell Grant recipient, you are eligible for up to double. But the income requirement, of course, I feel like they have the announcement out there about the income requirement, but I'm still getting questions from people like, so if you have earned up to $125,000, you are eligible. If your if your personal individual income is more than that, you're not eligible. And then for a household, so if you have a household of two adults earning an income, collectively, if you earn more than $250,000, then you are not eligible. So 125 or 250, those are the magic numbers for eligibility. I would encourage anyone. So my sister qualifies for this too. And I was like, studentaid.gov/debtrelief is like the home base for all the knowledge, all the things.
Can we say that again, Mandy? One more again for the girls who just grabbed the pen?
Yes, studentaid.gov/debtrelief. And if the site acts a little cray-cray, I think people crashed it over the weekend because I was trying to get on it. Yeah, you can go to ed.gov and find your way there, or whitehouse.gov. There's also a good, and it's like on their homepage, there's a great fact sheet on whitehouse.gov. I think this is, I feel like this is immediately, whenever there's a new program, it's like, do not, if anyone calls you and they're like, pay me $100, I'll get your application through. I'll make sure that you qualify for the student debt relief plan. No, immediately no. It's free. You don't have to do shit. You don't have to do anything, pardon my French, to qualify other than call your student loan servicer and make sure that your information is up to date. Your income information, your phone, your address, your direct deposit, all that is up to date. You can do that. But as long as you hit those qualification markers, it should be automatic for you. There may be a form that you have to apply for technically, but that's going to be available to everybody. And I think word on the street is it's coming out in October.
Okay. Can we just talk about real quick the pettiness level of the White House? So there's some Republicans that opposed. Girl, can we get into the pettiness? So I don't know who's running the White House. It's clearly a millennial or a Z. Because I feel like X's, we be following the rules. We're like, oh, I don't want to do that. So what happened was that the number of Republicans who, of course, were cry me a river about this. And they, were sharing like, what will the farmers do? It was just so random. Like, people will have to pay for your, because you're getting loans forgiven, the public is going to have to ingest those, the payments. And so the White House, in supreme pettiness, would reshare the person opposing this forgiveness plan with how much PPE loan of forgiveness they receive. So it's like, this person's like, they shouldn't get 10,000. And then you see such and such had 900,000 of PPE money forgiven. Marjorie, whatever that lady, crazy lady with the blonde hair, she had like 100-something thousand of PPE loan forgiven. So it's
PPP.
PPP. I said PPE. I don't know what PPE is like. What is that? Isn't that like
That's masks?
Yeah, girl. It's
personal protective equipment.
Girl,
it's okay. One
it's been a long pandemic.
Pandemonium terms. I got you. We know what you're talking about.
Yes. So I just thought that, I was like, wait. First I was like, I thought it was a joke. And then because people were sharing it, I was like, oh, maybe somebody just made this meme. And like, no. It's the actual White House account. Basically, they did that. Diss you. Remember when Will Smith smacked Chris Rock? And the Black constituents were like, although we do not agree with Will Smith smacking Chris Rock, we are going to discuss it amongst ourselves, amongst family. You out there, you're not allowed to say nothing about Will Smith. Don't say nothing about Will Smith. And anyone who said something, people pulled up receipts to say, this you? Like Jim Carrey saying whatever about Will Smith, but meanwhile, he forcibly kissed, I think it was Christina Aguilera or somebody on stage. And they were like, Jim Carrey, this you? Oh, okay, be quiet. Anybody who said literally anything, it's like, we're not saying Will is right. We're saying we're not talking to you. Yeah. And so they pulled the immediate diss you, and the White House did like, so you don't want regular people to have this $10,000, potentially up to $20,000 forgiven, but you can be forgiven. I just saw a clip about, the DR, the Voldemort of personal finance, that we don't mention his name. He was basically saying how, this is just for the Biden administration to get you guys to like them before, midterms. And I'm like, probably.
He ain't wrong.
Right? I'm like, so?
And?
Give me dinner before you seduce me. Right? Take me out. Shoot.
Yeah.
And so, where everybody's aware And he was like, basically, that people should be responsible for their own debt. I'm like, and yet when you go to DR's website, he literally has my bankruptcy story. He had a net worth of $1 million. This is him, his sanctioned website, that the words there are words that he said, yes, put up here. He filed for bankruptcy when he was in his mid-20s, and he had a net worth of $1 million. This is what his website says. So I'm like, I'm confused. How do you say confused in Spanish?
Confundida. That might be confounded, but close enough.
That's good, close enough. Yo soy confundida. Right?
¿Pero qué?
Right? Because I'm just like, here's the thing. How you going to apply for bankruptcy, Mr. I was a millionaire, and then when the poors, including myself, well, I'm not a poor, but I was,
the regulars,
are like, hey, I'm having a hard time. I would love some help. Because this would have been so helpful when I needed it. No, not you. It's giving hypocrisy. It's giving patriarchy. It's giving selfishness. It's giving, I don't really care about people. I just care about myself. And as long as I can get what I need to get, forget about everybody else. You know, it's giving Dave Ramsey. Did we say his name out loud? Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah. So, I just wanted to share that component too, that like some of the people are angry and, you know, but who cares? If you qualify, you know, for some people, honestly, it's not even nearly enough. I had a friend, she has her master's, she owes 6 figures. And she's like, girl, this is just a little drop in the bucket, I guess. So some people are saying it's not enough. Some people say it's too much. Some people are saying you shouldn't do it at all. But either way, it's happening.
We got to start somewhere.
Yes.
And you know what? It has been a long few years since Biden was elected. Has it been a few years? How many years has it been? It feels like 70-11. Anyway, it's been a minute, right? And at least finally we are seeing some action, okay?
Yeah.
We have had some gun reform, and it's never going to be enough for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, we have had this huge Inflation Reduction Act that was just passed, which has, you know, given so much more access to American households, like given you subsidies to invest in like electronic vehicles. That's the only thing that stands out to me because my husband has been hammering that home in my head ever since it was passed. But now we have the student debt relief. Now I feel like progressives, like people were like, oh, it should be $50,000, it should be more. But at least we started somewhere, right? We set a precedent, no pun intended. And I feel like, let's see what happens. We should also mention that it wasn't just about debt relief, this action that he took. It's also extending one final time your moratorium on federal student loan payments until the end of 2022. So one final time, and they were clear this time, one final time until December 31st, 2022. And then payments will resume in January. And then they also like created a new income driven repayment plan, right? Where it's 5%. It's based on your payments will be capped at 5% of your income. So very exciting things from this plan. It is
exciting, you know, honestly. So hopefully people can lean into this and start to, you know, get a little righter. You know what I mean?
Yes. And just one final announcement for the girls in the back. Do not listen to your uncle at the cookout, even not just us. Like, go to whitehouse.gov, go to studentaid.gov and get the information directly from the government websites, and be sure that you are following all the proper protocols, signing up so that you get the application when it's sent out, you know, being on top of this, just so you're not susceptible to any scams or people trying to take advantage of you, because that's what tend to happen. We saw it with PPP loans. We saw it with, we see it with student loan relief now, you know? So yeah, just stay alert and let us know if y'all spot any scams and we'll shout them out in a bad way. Call them out. Hey BA fam, with Squarespace, you have everything you need to sell anything. Squarespace has the tools you need to get your business off the ground, including e-commerce templates, inventory management, a simple checkout process, and secure payments. Whatever you sell, Squarespace has merchandising features to make your products look their best online. Plus, you can use Squarespace to connect with your audience and generate revenue through their gated members-only content, manage your members, send email communications, and even leverage audience insights, all on one easy-to-use platform. When I launched Mandi Moneymakers earlier this year, Squarespace's members area became so pivotal to my business model, and I don't know what I would do without it. They also offer one-click data portability. Head to squarespace.com/brownambition for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code brownambition to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Squarespace.com/brownambition. Offer code brownambition.
And we're black and back with Brown Boost, Brown Break. What you gonna do? Is you gonna boost or break on you? Brown Boost, Brown Break. What we gonna do? Are we gonna boost or break on you? No one ever knows that part.
Is that the Bad Boys? Yeah.
Yes.
Police, cops. No, police, cops. Why was that appropriate television for like a 7-year-old? Because that's
really
when I was
wasn't. When I
watching
look
that
back
show.
at some of the things I was watching, I'm like, what was I watching? First of all, I remember when Miss Cleo first came out. Well, you were too young.
No, I remember Miss
Cleo?
Late night.
Call me now. So I don't know if it was Miss Cleo, but I remember back in the day, I had just learned to use the phone because my parents taught me how to call in case something happened. And I just thought that you could just call phone numbers. Girl, when that $250 bill came in, the mail, my dad's like, who has been calling? And I'm like, I don't understand. I did not understand that you paid. Girl, anytime a phone number came across the screen, I ran and I called. And I'd be like, hello? Hello? Girl, let's just say I ain't never called nobody again.
I had a teenage brother in the era of Skinamax and pay-per-view. Let me just say that, okay? So, I think my brother, we got a phone bill. I think he was like, it wasn't even like one of those sexy time phone hotlines that he called. It was like Victoria's Secret customer service line that he called, and something like that. Anyway, shout out to, listen, no matter if it was smartphones, before smartphones, kids have been finding a way to run up phone bills since the beginning.
What if they not buying your Roblox or whatever? Literally, Kara was like, Roman was on his tablet, and she was like, "Did you just buy a game?" He said, "The other one's boring." And she said, "Give me that tablet." She's like, "I thought I had these." Like you have the things on it so the kids can't buy stuff. He done sidestepped it to buy what he want to buy. These kids will be running up your bill no matter what. So I'm going to boost this time. Well, I think I boosted last time too, but this actually just came across my time of the line. Let's see. I took a picture of it. So I went in for Gab photos. So I couldn't believe, I'm like, is this real? It is. Apparently, Nigeria, shout out to the Nigers, which I am, becomes the first country to ban white and British models in all advertising. They said, we have 200 million beautiful people here. We will use our own. I've never heard that before. And I was like, okay. Because, well, here's the thing that's like, so I think having your people reflected in advertising is critically important because it is one of the reasons why there's so much self-hate. Because if you look and you're like, well, you're telling me that's what's beautiful and that doesn't look like me at all. And I will say, I was actually surprised by that. I'm like, okay, all for representation, but I'm surprised because typically when I've gone to Nigeria, you don't really see, that's usually what you see. You see black people in ads. Now, what I really want Nigeria to do is ban lightening of skin. And maybe that's why they're doing this, because there's an epidemic, if you will, of skin lightening. I mean, before it used to just be creams. And but you could tell because people's knuckles would be dark still because you can't really lighten the knuckles. So, and then also too, the cream would lighten you in a very unnatural way, and then people started taking pills that would I don't know, reduce your melanin. Yes. And now, Mandi, people get IV fluids. There's like a medicine that you can take. There's actually a medicine that you can take to actually make yourself darker, but there's also this IV that you can take that makes yourself lighter. It's crazy and really dangerous and can mess up all parts of your. So I'm hoping that this is having advertisements that largely reflect the population will allow people to see just how beautiful they are already. So I was like, okay. Yeah. So we'll see with all that. Because I feel like I don't know that I've seen that many non-Black people in advertisements in Nigeria. I mean, I've only been a few times and it's been a while. But I'm wondering, I would have to do some more research. I just literally saw it come across. I would have to do some more research. Is it as a result of the lightning epidemic that maybe if people saw themselves more, they wouldn't want to not look like themselves? I don't know.
It's not even, I mean, for me, obviously I'm not Nigerian, but I feel like what we really need, well, what we need in addition to things like that is how can we invest in young girls' self-love? Because I feel like when you grow up in an environment where you're surrounded by women who love their skin, they love their hair, they love their bodies, then that it's like it's infusing, you know, young girls who grow up, and then they're not, because the problem with advertising, and even for, I mean, like, advertising is kind of old school. Like, everyone's on social media now. It's when we glorify, you know, European beauty, you know, ideals, we're doing it like because we're seeing it, and then we're thinking, oh, but I'm not that. So like, it's really about, can we get to a place where little girls can see, you know, Eurocentric beauty and just think, oh, it's good for her, and I look gorgeous and beautiful too. And I mean, that's a lot. That's going to take generations. I think we need a generation, couple generations worth of healing.
There definitely is. I mean, when I was there, a hierarchy of like, light skin is better. And it's like, where does that come from? When the truth is, the average person, I'm like the average complexion, you know, for at least for like, you know, the part of Nigeria that my family's from, that like, so it's like, well, where does that come from? You know, and I mean, and here's the thing, the advertising is one thing, but there's still social media. There's still, you know, you can't hide from them. To your point, it's like, well, if we're going to do the ads, can we do ads where people are not lightening their skin? Let's denormalize that, because it's
why don't you ban those products? Like, that sounds like a public health emergency.
It is.
That you can even sell that shit on the shelves. Because what would be the health use other than, like, that's wild to me.
When I heard that people could take pills and IVs to do that, I'm like, what? Like, literally, if you look at, there's some people, like, for example, you look at Sammy Sosa. You know, he's a Dominican, I believe, a very famous baseball player. And like, you see like the type of lightening that his skin has undergone, it's not something you could get from cream. You know, that he's using something, a more permanent, stronger method. And so it's like really like, whoa. Yes.
I can't even picture what it looks like. Is that what like Lil' Kim was doing? Didn't Lil' Kim? Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I just Googled
see Sammy
him.
Sosa? I know.
Ouch.
I know. Do your Googles. Mandy's looking at it now. Look at Mandy. I can literally see eyes go back, Mandy, from back and forth between them. I'm watching your eyes like.
I mean, that's not real extreme.
That is.
I don't feel like. I don't know. That's
people don't have
extreme.
access to that, so they're using these creams that rake them out in rashes and girl. So we shall see how this works. I'm going to do some more research to see like, is this in relation to like the skin like lightening epidemic, and that's why they're like, oh, maybe if people could see themselves and like, because you know, typically advertisements, they're there to say this is what's beautiful, and so is that the purpose? And so if so, I'm like, let's see. So that's my boosty breaky. Like, you know, that Nigerian has decided to try this and see how it goes. We're gonna see.
Well, I have like a semi-related boost. I was going to boost my girl Lizzo, because not only did she win some Moon Men last night, I actually found, I was like Googling like a boomer, how do you stream the VMAs? I just wanted some entertainment with my glass of wine.
In Newark. They tape it in Newark, which I'm like, ow, look at us.
Oh, really? Nice. Okay, you were close by. Yeah, so I was streaming it and I caught her acceptance speech. I don't know, I forget what award it was, like Song of the Year, Album of the Year, something for About Damn Time. And so there was this male comic. I don't even know if I want to speak his name.
Ari Spears.
Ari Spears, something like that. I hadn't heard of him. I mean, shade, but
nobody
no shade.
has.
Hadn't heard of him until he decided to use Lizzo and her platform to make sure that he became a headline. So he was like fat shaming her and saying just really, fucked up, fat phobic, misogynistic remarks about her body type, and compared her to just childish behavior. Like I have heard better jokes on the school bus, in Henry County, Georgia. Shout out to all the bullies. Anyway. But Lizzo got up on stage to win her award, and she gave an epic performance in this like amazing pink cat suit, whatever. She looked phenomenal. And she was like, I know, she said something to the effect of, is this the point where you guys want me to like shout out my haters or make a comment? Like, I'm not going to comment because bitch, I'm just winning. Yeah. And period paragraph.
She said the best revenge is your paper. I said, if you don't quote Beyonce.
Did she literally say that?
Yeah.
I did not catch
I
that
loved
part.
it.
Maybe I just saw a clip. Anyway, yeah. So love Lizzo. Shout out to her for that moment. And I mean, I feel like people like Lizzo. I'll shout out to Lizzo and Ashley Graham. And I'm on the right side of TikTok. I am in the full figured women side of TikTok. There's so much positive body content out there. If you guys look for it, like there are incredible content creators, and they are just glorifying bodies that look like the ones that I see every day. Like I took my son to the pool this morning and I didn't even worry about shaving my legs because I just saw a TikToker yesterday like, ooh, regular girl at the pool, you know, panty line's not perfect. Didn't go get waxed. Like this is a reality. And people like Lizzo, I think she's the queen of that body love, self-love movement. Cause like at this point, I'm tired of choosing to feel shitty about the body that I have in the moment that I have it. And I was just like, in another 35 years when I'm 70, I'm going to be looking back and being like, damn,
girl,
look
like,
at those
girl, you
knees.
was fine. You was fine
Look
as
at those
hell.
legs legging, those knees kneeing, walking upstairs.
Look at you with your elbow bending at will.
Yes. So yeah, as much as there's negativity out there, I do feel like there's such a safe space if you find the right spaces on these internet streets, on social media, where you can feel loved and be seen. And yeah, so shout out to Lizzo. Congrats on, you deserve all the trophies.
Yes, girl.
And to all the creators who are glorifying. Yes, it's about damn time to glorify these body types. I love that.
Okay. Yes, I love it. All right. You guys can listen to us every Wednesday as per usual. Bring a friend next time. Don't come alone because, you know, we're here. Also, listen to us on Friday. We have our BAQA, Brown Ambition question and answer. So
Not to be missed.
So
Don't
you can always
to
go to
check
Brown
out
Ambition
Tips.
Podcast.
Oh
yes.
My bad. Check out Tips documentary.
Yes.
Her starring role in a documentary called Get Smart with Money, September 6th. While you were talking about it, I went onto Netflix's app because that's what I do when I'm having mommy time in the bathtub. Okay. And I hit the little bell icon.
Good, yes.
Where you get an alert.
Notified.
Right? Did I do it right? You can also share that. So then I went and shared it on my Instagram. Okay, so you guys go the extra mile. Okay.
Yes.
Speaking of chocolate women doing the damn thing, Tiffany, it's about damn time that you had a starring role in a Netflix series. So September 6th. I'll send you my bill for publicity later.
Thank you. All right, y'all. Until next week.
See y'all next week.
Hey, BA fam. We're on YouTube. Woohoo! Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel.
And while you're at it, why don't you go over to that little bell icon and just tap that for us. Show the BA fam how much you love us. And that way you'll also get notifications when new videos drop. Also, share the channel with a friend. We're always like, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. And thank y'all so much again for all the support.